Hi guys, my name is Nikki DeVikas. I'm a pediatrician. I'm here to answer some of your questions for those of you who are interested in going into the medical field and specifically into pediatrics. So I'm actually a pediatric hospitalist, which means that I only do inpatient work. I work in the hospital. So I don't do any outpatient work. I don't work in a private practice or in a clinic. I'm really just focused in the hospital. Some of the things that I do include seeing sick children on the pediatric floor that have to stay overnight, also going to the emergency room to do some consults for pediatric patients, and also going to deliveries to take care of the babies who are born and seeing them in the newborn nursery as well. So those are kind of my main things that I do as a pediatric hospitalist, which is very different than a pediatrician who works in an outpatient practice. So just to talk to you guys a little bit about the journey and how to get into pediatrics. So first you do your 4 years of college, doing actually whatever major you want. You don't have to major in a science, really just major in whatever you're interested in and take the courses that are necessary to get into medical school. I majored in psychology and I minored in biology and just took all the necessary classes that I needed. So after college, then you do your 4 years of medical school and then you do residency. And the residency depends on what specialty you go into. So for example, pediatrics is a 3-year residency. So after your 4 years of medical school, you would go through 3 years of residency. Residency is like your first job. Although you are still training, you are actually getting paid something at this time, which is the first time that you're getting paid, because in college and medical school, you're usually taking out a bunch of loans to pay for school. So some of you guys wanted to know about the advantages and disadvantages of this career. So I'll just talk about pediatrics in general. So let me start with the disadvantages about kind of going into the medical field in general. So the main thing is really just the time commitment, and it is a difficult and a very long journey, and an expensive journey for the most part. But, at the end of the day, you get through it. You're doing it with a big group of people that are all kind of in the same boat as you, and you're in it together. And so you just kind of get through it. And at the end, I think it's definitely worth all the hard work that's put in if it's something that you truly, truly love to do. With regards to pediatrics, there are a lot of advantages. One of the main advantages is that there's so many different things within pediatrics that you can do. So for example, like I talked to you guys about what I do, which is inpatient work. You can do outpatient work, which is like working at an office. You can also do a combination of both. And you can also specialize within pediatrics. So if you're interested specifically in the heart for cardiology or allergy and immunology or pulmonology, there's all sorts of specialties that you can go into, which does take extra training. That would be additional, usually 2 to 3 years of fellowship after residency if that's something you're interested in. Another great advantage is the work-life balance. So no matter what specialty you go into within the medical field, you're going to have a bit of a difficult life during medical school and residency, but the important thing is really to look at how is your life going to be once you're out of residency and practicing on your own. And in pediatrics, there are so many opportunities that can give you a good work-life balance. My schedule personally, I work 8 to 9 24-hour shifts per month, and I'm off 20 plus days of the month, and that just really works for me. That's a little bit more of an unusual schedule, and again, only for a hospitalist type of position, but even outpatient positions, you can find a really good work-life balance as well. And even throughout medical school and residency, yes, you will be more busy than a lot of your friends and family, and you will have to miss out on certain events, but you do not have to give up all of your hobbies and all of your free time. You will have time to spend with family and friends even throughout that time. But again, for me, it was looking forward into the future and seeing what specialty will I be happy in and where I will be able to have kind of a better work-life balance, because family is really something that was really important to me. So the final question I'm going to talk about is how you can prepare throughout high school and college to get into medical school. So really you want to take just all your basic science classes that you would anyway. You could take an AP science class in your senior year, but it's not going to make or break anything for you, so don't worry too much about that. So the most important thing is really just doing well in all of your classes. And again, you don't have to be a straight A student. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have one bad grade here and there. Just try your hardest, do your best on standardized tests. And that's kind of the best way to have your grades and your scores in a good place for medical school. You also want to make sure that you do some volunteering and extracurriculars, because both colleges and medical schools really like to see that. They like to see that you're a well-rounded person, and most of all, they like to just see that you're a normal human being. When you start doing interviews in medical school, they just want to make sure that you're personable and that you can relate to them on a personal level and just have a regular conversation. So just be yourself and don't worry too much about all the little things. So I hope this helps answer some of your questions, and I wish you all the best of luck in whatever it is that you guys choose to do. Most of all, I wish for you guys to all be happy and choose to do something that you truly love to do and really want to do, and just don't let anybody pressure you into choosing a career that you're not happy with.